I know I've been slacking a lot, and I do apologize. However, as you can see, a lot of things have changed and we've got a new shoe to look at, so why not? This one has been sitting in the room for a while and I actually managed to get it before release date. But obviously, because I've been slacking with the content, you're getting this video now. I think a lot of you could probably tell what this is just from the box, but let's have a look regardless. If you remember the old variant of this, it came in a black box, orange lid. This time we got a black lid, orange box. It is none other than Jordan 1 UNC Reimagined. Now there's a few things you need to talk about, but for many people this is a sneaker that they've been waiting to get their hands on. And now they can, pretty much for retail price, but we'll touch upon that in a bit. So if you don't know about the Reimagined lineup, it's basically Nike taking old shoes, bringing them back, adding a bit of reimagination to it, and then releasing it back to the public. They've done a few versions of this, don't quote me, but I think they've done on Jordan 1, 11, 3, and 5. Now this one's interesting, and that's for two reasons. First of all, it's a UNC colorway, a colorway which we haven't seen for almost 10 years now, and it's a colorway that a lot of people have desired to get in hand. And two, it's another shoe that's been reimagined as a Jordan 1 and to follow the same kind of blueprint, get it? No? Okay. It's another one to follow the same blueprint of the previous successful Jordan 1 High Reimagined, which was none other than the Lost and Founds. So this shoe borrows pretty much everything from it apart from the colorway. You got this outer sole which has this kind of used effect. You got the yellow midsole all around the shoe. You got the cracked leather all around the sock liner, the cracked kind of tumbled leather, and the aged effect on the tongue. Pretty much it's looking like a shoe that's been left in the 80s in the box in a warehouse and now has been pulled out. Minus the crumbling, of course, because you want to wear these. It's this whole thing that Nike's trying to do to kind of push shoes and kind of differ it from the actual original OG releases. However, there's a few things to note that's different from this Lost and Found style. First of all, I feel like the cracked leather is a bit kind of more sandpapery. I don't know, maybe just me. But one prominent feature which I feel is very different is just the yellowing around the mid feels much more prominent than the Lost and Found. And I feel like this is where this shoe loses me. And just touching the toe box now, I didn't even know that was a feature. I don't remember if that's on the Lost and Found, I can't even lie. But anyways, the yellowing feels like it's a bit much on the shoe. And considering this is pretty much a predominantly UNC colorway, there's a lot of blue paneling going all around the shoe as it is. To have this much yellowing around it, I just feel you kind of lose the aesthetic of the shoe. Trust me, I love a good aged sole. I love the style and look that Nike is doing with these kind of things. However, I feel like they've just done too much here. It just needs to be toned down a bit. Like even the tongue looks less yellow than the midsole itself. And then personally, this is just a personal thing. I'm not a big fan of the UNC colorway as a whole when it's this vibrant. Now, don't get me wrong, obviously go for UNC 1 black toes. I go for Jordan 3 UNCs. Just a bit of that UNC colorway works for me. But when it's predominantly like this, I feel like for me, it becomes a miss. I wasn't trying to intentionally rhyme. In fact, I was trying to think of another word where it didn't rhyme, but we ended up rhyming anyways. But yeah, this shoe for me ain't really cutting it. And that's not just only to do with the colorway. I feel like a lot of people are fatigued from this whole reimagined styling. To be fair, even with the midsole being yellowed off, I feel like a lot of people are getting fatigued from that. Like they've done it with the Sole 2.0s, which recently come out. Nike needs to tone it down a bit, kind of keep that speciality to only particular shoes. And this is where I feel like if they just took the Jordan 1 High UNC and released it out to the public, that would have sold way better. Which gets me to my next point. This is still sitting on pretty much most retailers. So if you are looking to get your size, it's not that hard. In fact, I think even on certain resale websites, you could probably get it at less than the actual retail price. In fact, I think even in America, it's even hit outlets. That's just insane. Which brings me on to my other point. As mentioned earlier, I managed to pick these up before they were even released. I literally found them sitting in the Offspring store. Like I had no intention on buying these. I was literally just walking by and saw them on the window. Like that's crazy. This is not the first shoe to even come out this year before the actual release date. And I don't know what the strategy is here. Are they just trying to get shoes out there where people can just go and buy it and kind of show off before they've even been released? Was it a genuine mistake from the retailer? Like, I don't know what's going on, and I don't understand the strategy behind it, because it kind of loses for me that essence of waking up in the morning, trying to hit sneakers out, getting an L. No, you know what, I'm chatting rubbish. This feels way better just to go into a store and pick up a shoe. But again, my point being that it's pretty much insane that you're able to pick up shoes for retail, let alone even before they're released. And I even managed to slap 10% student discount on this. Like, that's insane. But I feel like we're going off topic here. Let's take a look at the shoe. Now you get two laces in the box. You get the UNC lace, which is obviously the blue one, and you get a white lace, which is on the shoe right now. And then this one is not laced. So there you go. You can see the difference. Personally, I feel like the white lace just looks so much better than the blue lace, but that's just my opinion. Now let's bring on to the next portion of the video, on feet. How did these look? How did these fit? Well, it's a Jordan 1 high, pretty much fits true to size. So I'm a 9.5, I'm technically a 9, but I like extra room in my shoes, so I go for a 9.5. So if you know what you are when it comes to Jordan 1 highs, then just stick to that. Don't try and switch up from it. But yeah, on feet, fit, comfort, exactly the same as any Jordan 1 high. So you probably could have rocked this all day long. Quality control wise, just looking at the shoe, it feels fine. Maybe a bit of glue right on the front of the toe box, nothing too crazy as a whole. And for it to have that aged effect as it is, that kind of reimagined style, if there was any major defects, you probably could blend it in with the shoe as a whole. But yeah, as mentioned, this is the UNC colorway, of course, so it's much more bright, much more vibrant, not kind of my pick of a shoe, but hey, if you do like what you see, then of course, as mentioned before, you can pick it up on most retailers. But there we have it, the Jordan 1 High UNC Reimagined. Let me know what you lot think of this shoe in the comment section down below. As mentioned, it's not a shoe for me. It might even be getting returned. I don't think I can even keep this in the collection, especially with the amount of shoes that I got. I need to start getting rid of some. But yeah, let me know what you think of these shoes in the comment section down below. Did you manage to cop? Did you drop? Do you just have fatigue in general from these reimagined colorways? Like, there's a lot more bigger releases definitely coming out because we are not even halfway through the year. So if you are saving up kind of to get a specific shoe, I think you're better off saving your money for another colorway that's coming up. But that's just my opinion. Maybe you do really like the UNC. Maybe you want to have it in your collection. Maybe you missed on that 2015 release. Well, of course, now you can get it for retail. Slight differences from the original as it's now got the reimagined style to it. But hey, if you probably got the lost and found and you are a big fan of the reimagined kind of styles, then you might want to get this. I don't know. I feel like I'm waffling right now. But anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit a like. And I guess I'll catch you lot in my next one.